on, make that coffee to go. Let's go.
Yeah, maybe a question for you. From the growth side,
No one's ever asked me a question.
where do you see, or how would you balance crypto, growth versus compliance when you're working on a new product? What sort of comes into your mind, if any, when you're thinking of new ideas?
Look, it's a really difficult one to answer because I come from a startup world where the ethos is sort of like, break it, do it, and ask. Like, it's better to say sorry than ask permission type thing when you're really trying to push a startup. Obviously, crypto is a lot different because some people's life savings are at risk. So you do have to take a more cautious approach. And there's been a lot of great ideas, I think that are great ideas, that I wanted to do and gone to you and be like, forget it. Like stocks on the exchange, right? And those types of things. So there is a constant, hey, I've got a great idea, can I do it? It used to be from a startup point of view, I've got a great idea, can I build it? Now it's like, can I build it and am I allowed to do it? So I think there is a lot more restriction and uncertainty. So I think it's a little bit tricky, especially in Australia, to really try and be innovative. I think that's from a product point of view. I think from a growth point of view, we touched on it, it's the education piece more than anything. There's still trust that needs to be built. There's still, people still need to know exactly what crypto is. A lot of investors don't. We've had investors that have sort of come on and deposited funds and bought USDT and then like rang up later and going, I thought I bought Bitcoin. Why hasn't it gone up? And it's like, we've bought a stable coin and we're sorry. And there's that education piece. And we take learnings from that and add things to the knowledge base and make sure people sort of know what they're doing up front. But I think the biggest thing is the growth piece. Australia is also a really small market. And to be honest with you, from a compliance point of view, we're really restricted with what we can do. Like, we can't do margins, we can't do derivatives and all the attractive things that people want to do on chain. And I think for the industry, what that means is we're seeing a lot of people that would be spending money with Australian businesses and Australian exchanges going to international exchanges to do that. So essentially what China's worried about, money's flowing out, right? They're going to Bybit where they don't have to KYC. It's dangerous, they can get scammed. Those exchanges can go under. There's really nothing that protects them. Look what happened with FTX. But they're trading their margins and perps and things like that there. So we're losing money as an industry. So it's sort of like, I think there's a lot of talent in Australia, but you only have to look at what the most innovative projects out of Australia have had to put up with. Immutable X have had to, go overseas and get registered and things like that to really be competitive on a global landscape. And so I think from me, like, I completely hear everything you said about safety and compliance, and I realize why it's there. I just get frustrated with how slow it is, because I think Australia does have the massive opportunity to be a leader. Australia's trusted. Like, you go anywhere else and you go, I work for an Australian exchange, people, like, they trust that it's safe. But then we lag behind a competitive edge. We don't have a competitive edge on the global scale.
Definitely. That is, one of the problems. And hopefully Australia seizes this opportunity this time around. And if it does, I think it'll be great.
I think it has to. I think that, this bull run's probably going to end in Q1, and then I recommend shorting after that. And I think trading, I don't think we're going to see a massive crash anymore because of all the regulation and all the industry sort of like propping up the price of Bitcoin now, right? So they prop up the price of oil and USD. So I don't think we see a massive crash. But I think Australia really needs to get its ducks in a row for the next bull run, because I think the next bull run, more than anything, it won't be memes, it'll be utility, it'll be games built on the blockchain, it'll be real world assets, it'll actually be businesses. Like, I'm very bullish on Chainlink because it's a business, AVAX because they've got the AWS as a business and real revenue. And I think those tech innovations are happening overseas. And so I think if Australia doesn't create an ecosystem where companies here can flourish and freely create and freely innovate, they will go overseas, and Australia will lose a lot of talent, a lot of opportunity, and fundamentally, like, a lot of money. And that's going to suck for the country. That has a ripple effect, right? You have billion-dollar industries. Like, we prop up as Aussie entrepreneurs, we prop up like Atlassian and Canva, right? Imagine if they had to go overseas.
That would really suck.
That would have sucked, right? And that's what's happening. I guarantee you, anyone in the government listening now, those next companies are being built now, and they're being built on the blockchain or with AI, right? And I think a lot of what I'm saying applies to AI as well. I think they go hand in hand. And if we don't create ecosystems where they flourish and can get access to funding and don't have to do things in secret and then don't have to get, registration in Panama or something to do something, then we are going to lose that talent, that business, and those opportunities. And once that ship has sailed, you're not going to claw it back. You're going to be playing catch up, and we're going to miss the massive next tech boom.
Definitely, that's 100% correct.
That's nice being asked the question.